Alrighty. While we wait for the 5-minute epoxy to dry, might as well go ahead and connect some of these other components together. You like to use channel locks and adjustable for said purpose. Pretty straightforward. Take your bushings, one on either end of your nipple. I have no idea why these are called nipples, but for some reason, any length of pipe that has threads on both ends, for some reason they call it a nipple. Don't know why. Quite whimsical, I guess. I don't bother using any tape or anything on these because, in all honesty, this is not a pressurized system, so the actual tightness of it doesn't really matter all that much. Stay. You're not gonna stay. 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 Nope. The tightness of it doesn't matter over much. I'm essentially just tightening these down for posterity reasons. There's no real reason for it, I'm just doing it. Mainly so it doesn't fall apart. Yeah, good enough. So that's the main part of the burner, or the bottom part of the burner. As you can see, I've got the MIG tip. I forgot what it was called there for a second. It's mounted once it's finished drying. Curing? Yeah, I guess epoxy cures, it doesn't dry. I'll be attaching that to one end, which I guess I could theoretically do right now. And then it's a matter of just adjusting. Yeah, that looks pretty centered. Down through there. Yep, that's good. And now I'm going to be putting some more 5-minute epoxy around the holes here. Ignore that. I had a misdrill. So I'll put some more 5-minute epoxy here and here to hold everything together. Once I remember where I put it. Aha, found it. It's always a good idea to mix your 5-minute epoxy together on something that you can easily dispose of. I have a lot of random things sitting around. I'm sure you guys do as well. Yes, Jojo. Anyone wondering, that squeak was my parrot. He's over there, playing away. He's a rescue parrot. The people that had him before we got him kept him locked away in a cage for the better part of 12 years. Since we've had him, he's let a lot of his feathers grow back. He had no feathers at all when we got him, except for on his head. No wing feathers, no tail feathers. He can fly now, but he's still in the habit of picking, so he picks the feathers off of his belly. But he's much happier. Much happier birdie. Just want to mix your epoxy really well before you apply it. And scrape the sides of your container, make sure you've got it all. This little stick that I'm using is actually, if you ever get those little packs of crackers and cheese, my wife absolutely loves them. She likes having them to take with her in her lunches for work. So I get her to save the sticks and bring them to me. It works really well for stuff like this. This epoxy isn't for sealing the holes, because it doesn't really matter. What it really is for, in my case, is I'm essentially just using it to hold everything in place. So I've got both ends epoxied, and now I just set that aside and wait for it to dry. And